4 Coronation Street spoilers for next week. Number 1. Is Lisa getting closer to Becky? As the week drew to an end, Betsy found herself locked in a police cell, accused of damaging a patrol car and attacking D.I. Costello. It quickly became clear that Costello had framed her, using the situation as a warning to her mother Becky in an attempt to push her back into hiding. Becky's sudden reappearance after supposedly dying 4 years earlier has caused nothing but problems for the detective, who knows the fallout if the truth ever surfaced. "If anyone finds out we faked your death, we're finished," the corrupt officer warned her coldly. "I've told you enough times. You need to vanish again, soon. Things are spiraling, and I can't keep covering for you." He added darkly, "And if you don't, D.S. Swain will have far bigger problems than her daughter spending a few hours behind bars." But Becky refused to be threatened. She made it clear that she wasn't going anywhere. Not until she'd convinced Lisa and Betsy to return with her to Spain, even though Lisa was now engaged to Carla. In the following week, Becky reassures Lisa that she has everything under control and hands her a flash drive containing proof that Betsy was framed. Encouraged by Becky's determination, Lisa storms into the police station to confront Costello, revealing she has CCTV footage proving Betsy had nothing to do with the police car vandalism. Enraged that her daughter has been falsely accused, Lisa lashes out at Costello for allowing the arrest to happen. As the argument shifts to Becky, Costello confesses that Becky had tried to reach out several times, but it was too dangerous while she was meant to be dead. Later, after Betsy's release, Becky receives a tense call from Costello. He tells her he's covered for her again by letting Lisa believe he was to blame for Becky's years of silence. Now he insists it's time for her to uphold her side of their bargain. She must leave the country within a month. Back at home, Becky and Lisa share a calm moment on the sofa, the strain between them finally softening until Roy drops in unexpectedly. Has he just seen more than he should have? Number 2. Betsy makes future plans with Becky. As the week goes on, Betsy grows increasingly thrilled about the idea of starting fresh in Spain. Convinced that a move abroad is exactly what they need, she talks Becky into taking her out shopping for new clothes and all the essentials for their new beginning. When Lisa eventually gets home, she's greeted by a living room piled high with shopping bags, and it's clear Betsy's been skipping work. Sensing something's off, Lisa demands an explanation. Will Becky and Betsy admit what they're planning? Number 3, Theo explodes in rage at Todd. Elsewhere, Theo once again shows his darker side next week when his temper gets the better of him, and Todd bears the brunt of it. In recent episodes, Theo's jealousy over Todd's close bond with Billy has spiraled dangerously. In a spiteful attempt to punish Todd, Theo even ended up sleeping with a potential client, Pete. Although Todd initially stood his ground and kicked Theo out, he eventually softened, forgiving him and even choosing to distance himself from Billy in an effort to keep the peace. I think some of the personal growth Todd's had over the past couple of years has made him believe that others can change too, Gareth Pierce explains. So that compassionate side of him is outweighing his instincts right now. He's trying to make space for Theo, hoping they can build something healthier. As last week ended, Theo surprised Todd by buying him a new car to replace his old one that was falling apart. Next week, Theo attends a meeting at the builder's yard with Gary and Pete, but it's clear Pete's attention isn't entirely on business. Flirting openly, Pete suggests they should hook up again, but Theo quickly shuts him down, insisting he's not interested. When Pete mocks him and calls him a drama queen, Theo snaps, erupting into a furious tirade that destroys their working relationship. Later in the week, things go from bad to worse. Already tense, Theo receives an email from his ex-wife Danielle's solicitor demanding more maintenance money. With Pete's contract now gone, and after splurging on Todd's new car, Theo begins to feel everything slipping out of control. When Maria casually mentions that Theo lost his temper with a client and even threatened him, Todd is left stunned. especially when he realizes Gary's business could be at serious risk because of Theo's behavior. As Gary tries to smooth things over with Pete and salvage the deal, Todd arrives, only to be horrified when he recognizes Pete as the man Theo had slept with. We're now at the point where Todd learns the truth about Theo and Pete, Gareth reveals. And strangely, instead of exploding, he ends up reflecting on his own actions. That jealous, petty side of Todd, the one we saw in the Rovers quiz, resurfaces, and he's ashamed of it. It pushes him to take a step back and reassess his behavior. Number 4, Theo's temper strikes again. By week's end, Gary finally tells Theo that his chaotic personal life has destroyed any chance of them continuing to work together. It's time to end their business partnership for good. Meanwhile, Todd's day is about to take a disastrous turn. When he offers Sarah a lift to collect Harry from school, things quickly go downhill. To Todd's horror, Harry accidentally spills a milkshake all over the back seat of his pristine new car. A mortified Sarah apologizes profusely while Todd silently panics, especially when he spots Theo heading their way. To his surprise, Theo brushes it off with a smile, laughing about the mess as if it's no big deal. But the calm doesn't last long. Behind closed doors, back at the flat, Theo's friendly facade quickly fades, replaced by the simmering rage that lurks beneath his surface. His tone turns cold and cutting as he berates Todd for being careless and ungrateful, accusing him of showing no respect for the expensive car he bought. The warmth and laughter from earlier vanish in seconds, replaced by tension so thick it's almost suffocating. Todd, visibly shaken, stammers through apologies, desperate to calm him down, and insisting he'll get the car professionally cleaned first thing in the morning. The atmosphere remains icy, and though Theo eventually falls silent, the damage has already been done. He gives Todd that false sense of security, Gareth Pierce explains. In that first moment, Theo's surprisingly calm because Sarah and Harry are there to witness it. But when they're alone, his real personality comes through, the controlling, narcissistic side that hides behind charm and smiles. Once the car is spotless again, Todd finally begins to breathe easier, convincing himself that the worst is over. He even allows a faint smile as he starts the engine, relieved to have smoothed things over. But his relief is short-lived. As he slowly reverses out of the parking space, a piercing screech of metal against metal fills the air. Heart racing, Todd jumps out to find a long, jagged scratch running down the bumper. His stomach sinks. After everything that's happened, he knows exactly what Theo's reaction will be. Another storm is about to break, and this one could be even worse. There's a brief moment where Todd thinks everything's fixed, that maybe things will calm down, Gareth teases. But then it all unravels again, and we see that explosive rage Theo's capable of, one of those terrifying bursts of fury aimed squarely at Todd.